care. Do you want marriage?
I don't care. If she wants it, cool. If she doesn't, if she doesn't mind, then no.
But what do you want though?
I just want long-term love.
Okay.
The piece of paper, the legal status doesn't, I would get married for a visa, for visa purposes, for legal purposes for that.
Yeah.
But I'm fine with doing for example, if she doesn't care about the legal proceedings of it, I'm fine with doing the wedding ceremony, the celebrations of love, but what I care about more is loyalty because you look around, if you could just get divorced whenever you want to, then what is the point of the vows? They don't mean anything. Marriage doesn't mean anything.
Hot take. I disagree.
Marriage is like your declaration of love at that moment, but people still cheat. People still abuse each other in the marriages. People can get divorced, no fault divorce. So they could be like, I fell out of love with you. Bye. Crazy. Right?
Yeah.
And so if you're allowed to do that, what will make you want to fight for it?
So since this is a longer reaction, it's a 4-minute video, I'm going to pause every 60 seconds, every minute, pause and get my take because I don't want to get lost in the conversation. So first thing first, I want to talk about the point he just made and said marriage doesn't mean anything. I disagree. From a general sense, you can't speak on that only because people get married for different reasons. Some people get married from a psychological standpoint. Some people get married from a financial benefit. Some people get married because they're just deeply in love. Some people get married because they don't want kids out of wedlock. Some people get married just so they can create that dynamic and they feel like it'll make the family stronger. And they feel like they can get more things done being married. Some people are forced into marriage, pressured by the woman or the man. So marriage can mean it's different meanings for marriage for different people, if you get what I'm saying. It depends on how a person's value systems are set up. You know what I mean? So I disagree with him there that it just don't mean nothing. I don't think that's valid. And maybe I may stop every 30 seconds because I feel like I'm still miss some valuable points. But that was the general sense of that first minute that he said he don't think marriage means anything. It's just a piece of paper. In layman's terms, it is just a piece of paper. From a legal standpoint, it's just a piece of paper. But from a humanistic standpoint, it's very much more than that. Some people will die for the people that they love. Literally, people will literally die for the people they love. And they don't take that type of stuff lightly. Let's continue.
Right? What is the difference between being super in love and loving each other, caring for each other for 70 years without the wedding ring and with the wedding ring?
I think marriage is more than, I know people like to throw that around. Marriage is a piece of paper. Literally everything that we have is a piece of paper. Your passport, your driver's license, everything is just a piece of paper. But these papers matter. I want to raise kids, if I choose to have them, in that same environment of the benefit of two parents in the house.
Okay.
Go ahead. What are you going to say?
See, she just made a point. She said the benefit of having two parents in the house. That means she value a parent dynamic, the two-parent household dynamic, having that structure. But I digress because you don't need to be married to have that. Now, does marriage gives you a little bit of sense of security mentally? Because somebody can still leave. Let's be honest. You can still leave. You can still walk out. You can still do whatever. But she valued that. That in the back of her mind, that's a sense of security for her. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So I get why she's saying it, but I digress because a person can still leave. Marriage doesn't change the actions and the characteristics of a person. You're not going to magically be somebody else once you get married. If you was a scumbag, it's just going to make you more of a scumbag.
Finish it. I can already
But
see your
none of that
face.
is marriage.
What do you mean?
That is just two people living you don't have to be married
No.
to do that.
You're right.
Right?
So
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
But
You
you
can have
don't-
everything
Yeah.
that you just described
Yes.
without the legal marriage.
Single, technically single.
Technically single or
Yeah.
co-living or whatever it's
You're
called.
single.
Or,
Do people really believe that? Like, do people really believe you're technically single until you married? Now I get it. When you filing your taxes on your W-2, you're gonna put single because obviously the government don't know you in a relationship. They want to know, do you have a legal binding to someone? That's why you put single. Because when you look at it from a business and a lawful perspective, technically you're single from a business and a lawful, you know what I mean, standpoint. That's why she said technically you're single. I don't like that mindset. You're single until married. Yeah, legally, yeah. But from a general sense, like from a humanistic standpoint, come on, man. If you're in a relationship, you're in a relationship. That's valid. That's not valid at all. You can't conjugate the two. Like,
Until you're married. So, but I get
Yeah.
what you're saying. You
Well,
can still
you're not
do the
single,
whole
but yeah.
like marriage aspect, but not be together. Well, I guess I value being a wife, and I value being someone's wife before I would ever. Like, I would never be a mother before I'm a wife. Like, if I never get married, I will never have a child.
right.
oh, she's not even married. So I'm thinking she's speaking from experience, like the way she's talking. She's not even married. She's vetting for that. Like, she's hoping to get married. Oh shit. So that changes how I look at things as I'm viewing this conversation. And I like the dialogue. I'm not gonna lie, I like the dialogue. I think people can have a civil discussion without insulting each other and have a small debate. And it's okay to disagree, to respectfully disagree with people. That's okay.
But
Yeah.
that is more to protect yourself. Right. So if you end up with the wrong guy, you get something out of it. Like, the law protects you,
Okay.
right? If you get divorced, you get half if you don't make as much money as he does, right? Or you get alimony, or you get child support, or something. Like, there's a punishment for him being the wrong partner.
But I never was looking at it as in terms of punishment. I wasn't looking at like, oh, if we divorce, like I can take all his money. Like, that was never the thing. It's just I value
Then why? So, but yeah. So
She's saying that now. Let's be honest. A lot of women are chameleons. Let's be honest. And there's no knock on women. But it's easy for her to speak like that because she's not actually married. It's easy to say what you would do until you in that situation. It's easy for her to say, oh, I won't do it, or it wouldn't be this way because this is my like, you wouldn't say, you don't know that. Like, let's pump the brakes here. And that's the thing with a lot of women that's not even married. They think that it's going to be how they imagine it, or they would do something in a situation. But innately, you just don't know.
So what makes it so that you don't want to have a kid until you're a wife? This guy, if you meet this guy, he
Yes.
loves you.
Okay.
And he is like, I want to be with you, have a
Fantastic.
child with you.
Amazing.
I don't want to get married.
No.
But the moment we have a kid together, I'm putting $5 million in your bank account, and I'm saying to you, I will never leave you.
No.
But what's the...
A person that's not married does not value marriage that much. That's cap. That's cap. That is cap. A man, y'all, deeply in love, but he don't want marriage. The example he made, that he can deposit $5 million into her bank account the moment that they have a kid. So he viewing it as the security is the money. Fuck the marriage. The marriage ain't no security. That's not security. The money is security. She said no. Instantly. You value marriage over... Now, I know money doesn't mean everything. I know. I get this. Trust me. Stay with me now. But you willing to lose the man that you love, your person, all because he won't sign a piece of paper? And you recognize as husband and wife from a lawful perspective? Now, I get not having kids out of wedlock, but again, that goes to my point. It depends on how the value systems are set up. I think that's cap. I don't think she value marriage that much, because if a person if you value marriage that much, you will already be married. Let's be honest. If you value something that much, especially coming from an adolescent's age into the final stages of brain development, she looks like she's about 28, 20. She's about 25 to 28. I'm just guessing. At that point, people start trying to figure out their life, their career. Like at that point, you start figuring out what you really want to do. You've made enough mistakes in life to know what path you want to take. So I think that's cap.
But what's the difference?
Then what's the difference in marriage then? Why? Like why not?
Because maybe he's with 300.
What? She said, what's the difference in marriage? So I think she almost countered her own argument. He said, well, then what's the difference? Like, what is the difference if he'll do that same thing when you married versus when you're not married? So to her, what would be the difference in turning that down all because of marriage versus if you was married, you would get double the benefit. You get the marriage, the money, and the sense of security in your mind. So I don't know. She almost countered her own argument.
$50 million, and he doesn't want to deal with the legal side of things.
Then we're not meant to be. That's okay. Then our views and our values don't align, and that's okay. You know, like
again, it's values.
I think I would be wasting my time if I just took the cop out of saying, oh, I'll take $5 million, but losing out on a big thing that I truly value. Our values don't align. And so I would just.
That's valid. That's fair. I mean, you know, if your values don't align with somebody, they just don't align. That's valid. I agree with that.
Say, hey, cool.
I think it's cap, but it's valid. It's a valid point.
Not gonna work out. Thanks.
But this is somebody who's like, okay, I'm gonna add like this is your ideal guy, and the only thing different is the status of marriage. Everything else you get exactly what you would dream of in a marriage, but you don't get marriage.
But then it's not everything I dream of.
What? He said aside from the marriage, he's basically said, take the marriage out of it. He's everything you possibly want. Everything, but no marriage. She said, then it's not everything I dreamed of. She truly believe in what she believe in. That's okay.
So that's what I'm saying. No, but that's what I'm saying. So basically,
no, is she listening? But, yeah, man. That's valid. They were both valid points. I think she was bullshitting towards the end of that video. I think she was bullshitting about that. But everybody values are set up different, and it depends on what you get married for and what you've been doing it for. You know, nothing wrong with that. And then it's okay to disagree. Two things can also be true at the same time. I always say that. She just the type of woman you have those normal people out here. She seems like a normal chick. She seems like she's not the one to value money. She's not the one to put money before the marriage, money before the family. It seems as if money is last on her mind. And that's okay. Honestly, it's a rarity. And it's someone that I would want. Because I know you with me for the long haul, and I know you're going to be in the gym with me. Putting up shots. So, and you kind of want to have, you should want your kid's mother to be that way, because those traits would then be passed on, which is a good characteristic traits. And she seemed cool. Like her character seems pretty on point. I can't deny it. So my question is there any value in marriage then? Is there any value in marriage? Let me know in the comments below, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell for when I drop. Getting a little bit more active. Peace. I'm out.